What's going on, freedom seekers? My name is Soul Expression. Welcome back to your next tip video. I am your freedom lifestyle coach, yoga lifestyle coach, and right now your meditation coach, and I'm very excited for you to be here. So I was on social media just now and I ran into a question that I felt compelled to make a video about because I know a lot of people have this question. I know I started out having this question when I was getting into my meditation journey. And basically, it is, how long should I meditate? Do the higher states of consciousness only come to people who meditate for 6 hours a day in one position and don't move and are perfectly still and are on a mountaintop, or is there a reason to meditate maybe for just 1 minute or just 5 minutes or something like that? And the long short of it is that it really just depends on you. And in truth, meditation, as you become more familiar with it and as you do it more often, will really be something more so of just checking in with what's true and what's really here as yourself. And I'm not going to get into too many metaphysics when it comes to that in this video, but basically what that means is meditation is not always, as you mature, as you gain more spiritual maturity, meditation is not just going to be a word that points to something that you do, but it's more so going to be a state in which you greet your and go through your day with later. But to get into basic mechanics of how long should I meditate when I'm a beginner or when I'm a little more advanced and things like that. As you can see, again, I've put things on the board. I love this board. It's like my baby. And I have 5 minutes, 15 minutes, and 25 minutes. One that I did not put up here is 40 minutes. 40 minutes is a very, very, very common meditation amount of time to do. It's I've heard that in Tibet they have these beads, these beaded necklaces that they use, and they're all made with this same amount of beads, and the middle part has 3 beads on it in the very middle, so and what they do is they sit down and they slowly with their thumb go to the next bead and go to the next bead just with one hand as they're meditating, and they sort of keep the same speed. And once they get back to the middle, or where they started on their necklace, then that was 40 minutes. Really cool stuff. I've never tried that myself, but I thought that was cool and interesting, so I'd share it with you. But in my opinion, the best way to organically become more comfortable in your meditation is to start by meditating for 5 minutes twice a day. Just 5 minutes where you sit, and as I said in my meditation video, all you're doing is observing your mental space, and the act of observing your mental space will let you organically and naturally become familiar with that which exists inside you, which is already beyond your mental space. Because to observe your mental space, you have to already be beyond it. You have to be something else observing it. And so just for 5 minutes, and those of you who do meditate, you already know, when you're beginning meditation, 5 minutes will take a while. 5 minutes of meditation in this way, where you're just observing your mental space, will be sufficient, especially if you do it twice a day. So the easiest way to do it is right when you wake up and right before you go to sleep. That's when your mind, when you're first waking up, your mind hasn't reached its most busy states yet. And when you're getting ready to go to sleep, especially if the sun has already gone down, your mind has already started to slow down and wind down and prepare for sleep and dream time. So just 5 minutes is where I'll tell you to start. You may, for the first week or so, maybe 3 weeks, just 5 minutes twice a day. I do recommend that you implement meditation into your day twice a day, every day, without any breaks. It's not something that's hard effort work. but it is something that's so profoundly beneficial to not only your mind but your whole life that I think it's necessary, especially for us in Western culture, to implement meditation at least twice. Short sessions of meditation at least twice a day, or maybe some of the longer ones like 25 minutes at least once a day. And as you become more familiar, as some time has passed and you've gotten used to 5 minutes, and now maybe 5 minutes seems like it's a little too short, or you're starting to see something a little deeper and gain some more insights and some more spiritual wherewithal with your meditations, then go ahead and move up to try 15 minutes. And as you change times, I suggest that you use your smartphone or your smartwatch or some sort of device to actually time it so that you know that you've actually reached 15 minutes. And setting a timer is, I think, a little bit better than using like a regular clock, because the time, basically you can go ahead and get lost in your meditation, for lack of a better phrase, and let the alarm tell you when the session is over, so that you're not constantly coming back to the realm of thought to look at the clock and say, okay, was that 15 minutes yet? Was that 15 minutes yet? You don't want to be doing that, because that's going to interrupt your meditation and you're not going to receive the full benefits of it. So just setting an alarm has helped me in my journey a whole lot. And then once you're able to meditate for 15 minutes, and now let me stop really quick and say, how do you know I'm able to meditate for 5 minutes, or I'm now able to meditate for 15 minutes? Well, simply it means that you're able to pay attention and be alert to to be alert in your observation of your mental space and your observation of your emotional and feelings space, without following trains of thought, without getting caught up in thinking about something, in replaying an argument that you had, and now you have the right words to come back at the person, and just being in that negative space. That tends to happen and tends to come up sometimes in our meditations, where we're meditating and we're nice and peaceful, and then a memory comes up of a fight that you just had with somebody, a verbal fight that you had with somebody, and you start thinking of all the things that you could have and should have said, and it just sounds really good, and you're just in the moment again, and then you're like, oh wait, no, I'm thinking, and I'm not meditating, I'm not observing the space, I'm thinking, I'm in it, I got caught. So basically, without the shadow of a doubt, that you are able to meditate for however long of a time, when you're able to stay alert without falling asleep, and observe your mental space, observe your passing thoughts and feelings without following any of them until the timer goes off. You can do that for the whole time, and the timer says your session is over. Then you've matured to a level where you can meditate for a whole 15 minutes. And then you can increase the time. I like to increase the time by just 10-minute increments. So I suggest you start at 5 minutes, and then once your timer goes off before you've ended up following thoughts, then you can go to 15 minutes. Once the timer goes off before you've followed thoughts and feelings, then you can move up to 25 minutes, 35 minutes, 40 minutes, or 45 minutes, and so on. So I hope today's tip has helped a great deal in just, how to approach meditation and how long you're supposed to meditate when you're just beginning. And I really, really, really hope that you actually do start meditating every day. It's one of the most precious tools that you can use in your freedom lifestyle and in your regular spiritual and mental and emotional maturity. And enjoy your day. Namaste. Peace and love. Alright, so again, my name is Soul Expression. I'm really happy that you made it to the very end of the video. If you liked today's tip video and it left you feeling inspired and ready to face your day full on, then I want you to do me a favor and click the link in the description below right now to get your free copy of the Ultimate Checklist, 117 effective yoga tips to help boost your practice today. Go ahead and get your free copy. Don't dilly-dally. Get it right now, and I'll see you guys in the next tip video.